Hey everyone, and welcome to the Wide World of Wrestling podcast. We are here for our WWE NXT live reaction. Tonight is the debut episode on the CW. Should be a very big night for NXT. A very big move for NXT. Uh, this is the network move to the CW. There's supposed to be some big surprises tonight, and probably within a couple weeks. Not just tonight. I think next week we'll probably get the Motor City Machine Guns. Next week we got Axiom and Nathan Frazier versus A Town Down Under. That's a great opportunity for uh, the Motor City Machine Guns to make a debut after that match next week. So we are definitely in store for a lot of great wrestling tonight. NXT's been really they've really improved over the last, at least this year, I would say, because I got out of WWE a long time ago, and I got back in last year in November when CM Punk returned. Uh, and I was watching NXT, and they have really improved. Uh, I must say they've really improved. I went to NXT Vengeance Day, and there was not one bad match on the show. Every match was good. Uh, and your TV translates that too. And we're also joined by Jamal again tonight for NXT.
What's up, Connor?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man. I'm trying to make sure I got it on the right channel.
Yeah, yeah. I was making sure I was on the CW.
Yeah. Sounds like you found it. I think I got a jailbroke fire stick. I'm like, oh, I think I found it. Connor, you and me are gonna have to calm down the timeline tonight when Roxanne keeps his belt.
Oh yeah. Someone's keeping their belt tonight. Someone's weak. Okay, got a new intro.
Yeah, I feel like I know Shawn Michaels ain't gonna have Julia lose. I just think it's gonna end in some kind of no contest. Like somebody it's gonna be like a count out or somebody interfere. And of course, I'm being selfish, right? Because I'm going to Halloween Havoc, so I want to see Julia win it live.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like my gut is telling me Roxanne retains and Ethan drops his belt, but who knows, man? Shawn Michaels is known for being unpredictable, so
Yeah, I think someone's gonna lose their belt and someone's gonna retain. I don't think both titles are gonna change hands tonight.
yeah.
I got Shawn Michaels kicking off the show.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H, normally for a big moment, he always kicks off the show, so it
Yeah.
makes sense for Triple H. I mean, for Shawn Michaels too.
Mm-hmm. My stream is a little bit behind yours. It's okay.
Yeah, we got a new intro. I don't know if you've seen the new intro, but it looks pretty cool. I actually like it better than SmackDown's.
Yeah, I like it. It looks good.
We are officially in the black and silver era of NXT.
I kind of like the logo too. It's like simple, but I kind of like simplicity sometimes. Man, you don't have to overdo it.
Yeah, they basically took the NXT No Mercy, where it was silver, and made that the logo, which is fine because
Yep.
he's going to announce something. I feel like.
Oh, he definitely is. Yeah. I like the vibe too. It feels like SmackDown, doesn't it? It don't feel like NXT.
No, this setting it feels like a main roster show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It really feels like a PLE tonight, really.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we got some new titles.
Mm.
I'm assuming this for.
I'm kind of happy about that, man, because I didn't like that oldest though. I didn't like. I wasn't a fan of the design.
It was time they got rid of the 2.0 belts.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily Vince never got the chance to do the tag titles. He never changed the tag title designs.
Right. So Connor, you geared up for Bad Blood, man?
Yeah, I'm really excited for Bad Blood.
Yeah.
That Punk promo on last night really got me excited for their
Oh
match.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I got Triple H.
There he is.
It's very weird because in storyline, DX, these two wanted to take over, and now literally they're in charge of the company now.
Isn't that crazy?
It's nice.
Connor, if people who are young enough or old enough to grow up in the Attitude Era, if you'd have told me Triple H and Shawn Michaels are running the creative in WWE, I would have laughed at you.
I guess it's not a storyline anymore. Like they're really in charge.
Yeah, I really like these new belts, man.
Yeah, they look really cool. Looks like we're starting off with Julia and Roxanne.
Yeah, I saw somebody was spoiling online that they was when I saw them leading off. That's why I was like, okay, I think Roxanne's retaining if they leading off. But
For me, I need Julia to. I need her to win tonight so Ethan Page can retain.
Yep.
I don't want to see him lose. But
Hey, Connor, I was thinking about you too when I made my tweet. I was like, well, Connor probably won't Ethan to retain.
I want him to at least hold it to Halloween Havoc. At least Halloween Havoc.
I mean, I would, but I get why they want to make a big splash on the opening day, but I would have both champions retain and both drop it Halloween Havoc. But
I think tonight we'll see at least one. If not, I don't think both titles will change hands tonight. They're not going to do. I don't think both. I think one title will retain and one championship might change hands at Halloween Havoc because they've also got to build towards that. It's coming up this month.
Mm-hmm. You're right. So I'm a little bit behind yours, but man, I really do like Julius. Like the but that's one thing that WWE does best, man. Presentation and just wrestling entrance, man. Like it's just nothing like it. And you know, go ahead, Connor. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Roxanne's had a really good run as champion. She's had a lot of good matches.
Yeah,
she's felt like she's giving me Trish Stratus vibes with her promos. Felt she's beating everybody. You know, she's the best.
Yep.
But if this is the end for her title reign, she definitely had a good run.
She had a damn good run, man. I mean, her run was so dominant, they had to pull women from other promotions and from the main roster to wrestle her.
Yeah.
That kind of remind me of like the Oscar run. When when Oscar was so good, they had to bring in like Mickey James and
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Okay, I like both ladies. Both ladies got dope ring gear tonight. I really like Julia's ring
gear. Yeah, they both got really good ring gear.
Mm-hmm.
I think these days the women are better in ring gear than the men. Sometimes
they do, man. The women, I mean, it's not even close.
I mean, Seth Rollins used to have really good gear. Now he's wearing, I don't know what you'd call what he's wearing now.
Mm-hmm.
But Seth Rollins 2015, 2016, he had some pretty cool gear. But everyone else is pretty like normal, like black tights or black trunks or
mm-hmm. I was looking at where Bianca Belair, she makes her own ring gear. Like each match, she makes her own. I was like, that's crazy.
There is a brand new NXT Women's Championship.
Oh, that title looks really good, close up.
NXT Women's title has changed NXT TV 6 times.
I think Julia must have heard Bully Ray's criticism, but she's been showing a lot of emotion lately.
Yeah. I try to listen to Bust Open when I can because I don't get it on the radio, so I just listen to it on YouTube or on Twitter or whatever. If I get a chance.
Yeah.
I only get to hear it on the radio when I'm with my dad, and he has Sirius XM, and I get
Mhm.
to hear some of that.
Me too, cause I normally wait till they drop it on YouTube, um, and watch it then.
If Roxanne does lose tonight, I wonder what she does next. Because it looks like Stephanie Valkyria is going. Whoever wins this match, she's coming right for them.
And
So,
kind of, I was shocked with that because I thought she would go
yeah.
after the North American title.
Yeah, I thought so too. I really thought that would have been the perfect. But it looks like they're planning on doing. They're planning on jumping her right to the world title picture, or the women's title picture, I should say.
Yeah.
Now, last night the Miz turned heel, and tonight we got Miz TV. So I'm curious how that's going to play out.
Mm-hmm.
I like heel Miz better.
Yeah,
but
heel Miz is definitely better.
his 2016 stuff with the feud with Dolph Ziggler was his best work ever, I think.
Yeah.
That was his best heel work. And talking smack stuff. And like 2016 was the best heel year for him.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody can forget the promo he cut on Roman Reigns and John Cena when all the fans were sick of Roman and Cena.
Yeah.
And he got the crowd behind him.
Yep, I remember that.
Oh, the referee just chunked that out the ring.
Yeah.
I guess that's one of Julia's pieces of her attire.
Yeah. See, it's like a big fight feel, right? Like I'm really loving the vibes tonight, man.
Yeah, it feels like a pay-per-view tonight.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Carter, you got to think about it, right? This is literally like a dream match when you think about it. Like from like Julia being she's probably the most popular over international superstar, right? And then Roxanne is really like one of the best stars coming up in WWE.
Yeah.
And it's like a dream match on this level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually think that like if I had to rank the women's divisions out in WWE, I would probably put SmackDown at number 1, 2 NXT, and third's Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Raw is the best weekly show overall, but women wise, I think SmackDown's got Raw beat and NXT has got Raw beat.
Yeah.
SmackDown, you got a little mixture of stories. On Raw, it's one big story and one story where all the women. It feels like all the women are in one story,
Mm-hmm.
and you have Rhea and Ripley in their own little world.
Yeah.
But in NXT, it feels like there's like 3 or 4 feuds going on with the women. That's not. It's different women, not the entire women's division in one feud. It feels like.
Yep. And kind of remember how we said on Twitter, man. It's like Rhea needs to get after this feud with Liz. She has to get involved with the rest of the roster, right? Like,
yeah, it feels like that the women's title picture only exists for Rhea and Liv right now.
Mm-hmm. And then Rhea, she only involved like a lot of her storylines are with the Judgment Day, who is largely a male group, right? So it's like
Yeah.
she needs to be interacting with like Io and Bianca Belair and other. She just needs to interact with the rest of the division, and I think that'll help the division overall.
The only person that she's won against in her title run besides Rhea is Zelina Vega. She had that one match on Raw.
Yeah.
Before Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only match that she's really had. I mean, I don't get why when Rhea was injured, why they couldn't have done a Liv and Io Sky match or just, even though she's gonna win, just something.
Give us something, right? Because I know I saw some clips online that Liv was doing dark matches with Kyrie, but I mean you can easily make that a TV match. You can make the EO a TV match. Ivy Nile. I mean, just to give them a chance to come up, get higher on the card, right?
I think after Bad Blood, they need to. I feel like for the women's division, they need to. I think a lot of feuds are going to be ending because Punk and Drew's probably done. Gunther and Sammy should have been on Bad Blood, but that'll end on Monday.
Yeah.
hopefully Rhea and Liv is done. I think Damian Priest and Finn Balor can still. I think they can have another match or two
Mm-hmm.
because Drew and Finn. I mean, Damian and Finn. They haven't had one match against each other yet. So, but Rhea and Liv needs to end. They need to go their separate ways. They just gotta do something different with the women,
They got to, man.
and they gotta come to a conclusion of this. Lara Valkyria and Zuna Vega and Natalia and what is the group called? The Collective or whatever.
The Pure Foolish Collective.
They that's gone on way.
Pure Fusion.
That's gone on way too long. Like Natalia, like they got like 10 women involved in the story now. They got them three. They got Natalia, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance are back. And you got Lara Valkyria, Natalia. I mean, golly. I thought they were setting up for a War Games match or something, but
Now, Connor, if they do that, that's fine. But I think after War Games, if they do end up having a women's War Games match, I think it's too many women's feuds on Raw, and they don't have the opportunity to wrestle as singles competitors. You know,
like the only like Bianca and Io Sky had a really good singles match.
yeah,
I think it was not last night, but the Monday before. They had a really good match. They need to do some more stuff like that with like Bianca and Io Sky. They need to do more stuff like that.
yeah. I'm with you. Connor, I'm loving the backdrop of NXT with like the blue lights, man. Like this, they did a hell of a job, man. This is a really good setup tonight.
Yeah, they'll be in St. Louis. Yeah, they'll be in St. Louis next week with Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
I seen on reports that they took down, at least in Florida, they took down the old set in there. I'm guessing they're going to have a new setup when they go back to Orlando, so that should be interesting to see what that looks like when they're done.
Yeah, because I feel like at some point they're gonna outgrow the performance center. You know, they keep bringing in stars like Julia and Delta, and Stephanie.
I thought they should travel a bit more. Maybe not every week, but a bit more often.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they're in Orlando, and I'm sure there's a other place they could have NXT besides the Performance Center in Florida.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you. I agree.
There is Universal Studios, you know.
Yep, right there in Atlanta.
Do it right where TNA used to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do it where Ring of Honor did it or Dark. Because at Universal Studios they got multiple studios where you can have events, and the one that TNA used was a lot bigger than the one that AEW used for Dark and Ring of Honor.
Oh.
I think that would be perfect for NXT.
Yeah.
I wish TNA would go back there, but
I got to get back into TNA, man. But I'm so because I watch WWE and AEW so religiously. Sometimes it's hard to try to. I guess I got to find something to get me to invest in watching it.
I watch every one. Like I don't watch it every week, but I know what's going on to a degree.
Yeah.
Pepsi plunger? Oh no, that was good. I thought she was doing a Pepsi plunger, but
yeah,
we're in Chicago. But.
Yeah. I'm laughing at Javon Evans, who's probably giving up 200 pounds to Randy Orton, man. They're gonna look real funny in the ring together, but it's gonna be cool.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I really want to see Jeff Hardy and Javon Evans at least one time.
At least.
That would be pretty fun.
Yeah. I'm just so ready for like, how is this match gonna end creatively? Because Shawn Michaels is not about to have this woman lose, so it's just interesting.
If she does lose, it's gonna be by some kind of shenanigans or something.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be clean.
People was predicting like a Cora Jade return.
That is possible. She is from Chicago, and CM Punk is there.
Yeah. This is a damn good match, Connor. What do you think?
Yeah, it's been really good. The crowd's into it. They're split. Let's go Roxanne. Let's go Julia. I was gonna try to go to this, but I would need to save a little bit more money for Bad Blood. So
Yeah.
damn, that was good news.
The crowd is really into it, man. This is kind of, we literally getting like a pay-per-view, man. Like an NXT pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's not just like a. It doesn't feel like a normal episode.
Yeah.
Pop rocks. Pop rocks. Right.
Pop rocks.
But she goes outside. That was a perfect. That was perfect. Now she's got to drag her body all the way back in the ring, and then she's gonna pin her, and then it'll be two.
Mm-hmm.
That was smart by Julia. Sean, what's up? Who you got? I don't know. There's been some. If I'd pick anyone that's going to debut, I have two people: Ricky Starks or Daniel Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think we'll see someone tonight.
What about your boys, Sean? Your boys, the tag team. Is it the Machine Gun?
Oh yeah, Mercy Machine Guns. Yeah.
Yeah, they may debut tonight. It's only like 4 matches on the card, right?
We've got 2 title matches. Got Wesley and Zachary Wett's street fight. Got the women's tag. It's 4 at least. I don't know what else is. I bet they plan on these 2 world title matches going longer, and then just having 2 other matches.
Mm-hmm. That was I'm going back to that Pop Rocks. That was a beautifully executed Pop Rocks, man.
She's getting the hell out of here. I wish something's going to happen here.
Yeah, something's going to happen, Connor. Hey, something's going to happen.
Wait, who is this? Who is this?
Who is it?
Whoever it is, they're helping Roxanne. Pop Rocks. 1, 2, 3. Damn it.
Wow.
Who is that? I think I know who it is, but who is that?
I can't believe they really and you know what, Carter? Oh my goodness.
Who is that? Yeah, I knew it was her. I knew it was her.
Oh my goodness, man. We called, man. But you know what though, Connor? It was. I mean, you got Roxanne deserves this, man. Like, she deserves at least a win, whether it's clean or not. You know, and then she can just drop it, hopefully, later on this month.
Now I wonder if Stephanie Valkyria is going against her at Hell in Havoc. She said she was going to go after whoever was next.
Yeah.
So I know they feud with each other, Roxanne and Cora. I wonder if I don't know.
Yeah, you got a good point there.
I don't know what's going to happen there.
Man, that was a Shawn Michaels. That was a big deal. I mean, when you think about that, Connor, nobody thought Julia would take a loss this soon like that, like to get pinned, because everybody was predicting like she was gonna have a run like Oscar where she wouldn't lose, but that was a ballsy call, man. I thought it was gonna be like a no contest.
Yeah, that was really good.
All right, Connor, so I might get my wish, man. I might see Julia win it at Halloween Havoc. Oh, I bet Connor, I ain't even been on Twitter. I bet the timeline going nuts.
Yeah, I think damn it. Ethan might actually lose tonight. I don't know.
It might take, or it could be another situation like this, right? Well, maybe it's an interference and somebody help him win. This solidifies Roxanne's reign, man. This woman defeated Julia. It's like, I mean, all of the hype, man. That was a good call by Sean. I didn't think she was gonna get pinned, but hey,
And she didn't lose clean, so
yeah. It's just too soon. But kind of when you think about it, I want your opinion. I just think it was too soon for Julia to win right now.
yeah, she debuted not too long ago, and she only had one match. So, I mean, she is new to WWE. I mean, there's a lot of fans that know who she is, and there's a lot that don't. But I don't know. Maybe we get a triple threat of Roxanne, Julia, and Sylvie Valkyria at Halloween Havoc.
Yeah,
Because technically, she didn't lose. She lost the match, but she lost. As I said, she would probably lose. She didn't lose fair, so a triple threat would actually be really good.
yo, yeah.
Roxanne, Julia, and Stephanie Valkyria.
Kind of, if you can swing it, man, come up there, man. I'll be up there. I'll be up there in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Hey, if I can, I will. I'm gonna.
Kind of, they really do a triple threat, man. You got to come up there, man. That'll be like, oh my god, they do that. That'll be dope. I think Roxanne deserved that win, though. I think I was kind of wanting Julia kind of protected a little. I mean, she was protected because she didn't lose clean, but I was just hoping she wouldn't get pinned, though. But you know, Roxanne definitely deserved to win that, though. She's held the belt since WrestleMania, basically, and
Yeah.
having a great run, you know. So
I know a lot of people are probably going crazy. Like a lot of these people on Twitter are just they're kids.
their kids, kind of.
They're either they're in their teenage years or they're grown adults that like children. Like it's like a sports team. If my sports team lost, I'm not gonna go. Like some of these people, I like they can't. I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's some times where I've had some meltdowns over who I've, especially Chad Gable. I will say I did not like when Sami Zayn beat him.
I mean,
I didn't go to
I
the
think
point.
that's when me and you met, kind of on Twitter, because
Yeah.
we was talking about how Gable got screwed over.
Yeah, no, that's something that I did get mad about pretty, because I've always liked Chad Gable and Vince McMahon treated him like crap. And Triple H has got him back on track, but he should. I still think he should have won against Gunther at WrestleMania. It should not have been Sammy.
I agree with that.
It should. They had built that story from earlier in the year, and they should have had a payoff, and they didn't. But
I totally agree. So Connor, here's my take. I want your opinion on that. So Jey Uso is a face, right? He's got the Intercontinental Championship, which means, and both of them are deserving, right? So that I really feel that Chad Gable or Bronson Reed is going to take the belt off of Jey Uso. Now that we know that Braun Breaker is going to challenge for the world title.
yeah, I really thought that Braun was going to go back after it, and I also think that Dragunov getting injured may have changed some plans. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They were running Gunther and Dragunov quite a bit on the house shows, so that kind of speculated they were going to do it on the main roster. But he's going to be out for 6 to 9 months with an ACL tear, so that may have changed some plans to turn Breaker face.
Mm-hmm.
It should be Chad Gable to beat Jey Uso because they during the Money in the Bank they kind of had a feud going on.
They did.
So it would.
They sure did. Yeah, I think Chad's a little bit more deserving, but I do at some point. Now, here's another thing, Connor. I don't want Bronson Reed losing in a feud to Seth Rollins, man. It's like, what was the point in building him up to start losing to Seth Rollins?
I feel like if I don't know when they're going to do Punk. I feel like Punk and Rollins is a WrestleMania match, so they got time to continue Rollins and Bronson Reed. I mean, they could at least have 3 matches. Have Rollins win one, have Bronson win one, and then have a tiebreaker or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But with all the stuff that Bronson Reed has done, he's got to get at least one win against Rollins.
At least one. I say 2 out of 3, but I take 1 for sure. I mean, if we're trying to take him serious, right? Like, I mean, if he wins a 2 out of 3 feud over Rollins, that should put him. Well, Gunther is a heel, so I guess he would have to at some point challenge Jey Uso. But I just don't want to lose all this momentum that they built for him. It's like, what's the point if you have him? And Seth Rollins don't need the wins. He's already like a certified first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's won everything there is to win in WWE. He could take at least 1 loss.
Mm-hmm. So, that's interesting. Kind of, I'm still in a little bit of shock, man. I did not think. I thought Sean was not going to give Roxanne a pinfall victory over Julia. That shows how much respect he has for her. Because I literally thought this was going to end in like a no contest DQ.
Yeah, I think she probably is going to win the title before the year's over with.
Yeah.
Or if not by the end of the year, in the new year or something.
Mm-hmm.
She's definitely winning the title. It's just when they're going to do it.
Right.
And you also got Stephanie Valkyria. She said she's going to go. She's challenging whoever won the match tonight, and Roxanne won. So they could do a singles match, and I guess I don't know. It's going to be like stuff like this gets you. It wants you want to see what's going to happen next because now. So Valkyria said she wanted a title match. Whoever won this match, and now Cora Jade's helped Roxanne Perez, but Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez had a feud against each other. They were a tag team. They broke up. Now she's helping her again, and we're like, it gets you wanting to see what's going to happen next for sure.
Right. Yep, you're exactly right.
But I think Roxanne's going to lose it at Halloween Havoc. I don't think she's going to. I really don't think she's going to end the year as champion.
No, I like you said, it's either going to be Halloween Havoc, but I think Halloween Havoc is their last PLE, right?
For NXT, you think so? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Halloween Havoc's the last PLE. So
I don't think they have any. I mean, they got the Saturday Night Live. That's not. It's kind of a PLE, but Survivor Series and Survivor Series is the last for the main roster, and Halloween Havoc's the last for NXT.
Mm-hmm.
I think NXT normal. This year I went to Vengeance Day. I think Vengeance Day is in February or something. That should be announced in
February. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in February. That's the one you went to, right? Earlier this year?
Yeah, I went to that one. That was a very, very good pay-per-view.
Yeah. Now they delivered a flawless match, man. I thought I get that match kind of like seriously. I like the grapple little sequence they had. I get that match 8.5, man. For Julia to only have been here a month and already getting used to, she's shifting from Stardom, right? Their wrestlers like more of a stiff type of wrestling to her wrestling more like a WWE format. I thought she did amazing, man.
Yeah, she really learned pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But she was doing nothing for months there for a while, so she probably had time. She probably had time though.
I read some of these comments, but the timeline going insane. I got to get over it, man. It's quite all right. Yeah, this is ought to be, man. You see how they relive? What did they relive? Wesley and Zachary. They relived like an old interview promo that I think was Seth Rollins and RK Bro, where they was like just cussing each other out, and then they just met up in the middle of backstage and got into a fist fight.
Yeah.
Somebody's saying Drew McIntyre may show up tonight. But hey, but can I tell you this? Roxanne and maybe Stephanie Valcour Delta, there's only about 2 women Julia should be losing to on that roster. Roxanne's one of them.
Yeah.
It looks like Obafemi, I thought he was going to wrestle Tony D'Angelo tonight, but so I think he breaks the record tonight or tomorrow, the Wesley North American Championship record.
Yeah, I think next week he will.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I don't think Tony should beat him for that. I think they should have a They should have a really, really good match, and Oba shakes his hand or whatever to acknowledge his competitiveness, and that's how you end it. Tony should not beat Obafemi. If Wesley can't beat him, there's no way he can.
Right.
Yeah, I think they should have a really good match, and they should shake hands to acknowledge that Tony isn't. He's not a loser into it, but he gave Oba a good fight. But
right, like we said, Connor, he should probably have an Oscar-like run, and then whenever he gets bored with the NA title, he vacates it and goes after the men's title, the men's like NXT title. He should probably go undefeated, like you said, unless they bring in like Ricky Starks or I think one of the Fatus are going there, right? Like Hileku is going there.
yeah, he's going to be going there. Yeah.
So it's just like, you know how we talk, it just won't look believable. Anybody on this roster right now that pins him, it won't even look real. Like it, of course, you know. When I say real, I mean like the size and how good he is in the ring, right? It's like as good as Tony D'Angelo is, he should not be beating Obafemi.
No, he can't. The only way he wins unless every person in his group has got to beat up on Obafemi.
Yes,
all of them have to, and maybe that's not enough either. But I think they should have a really good match, and they shake hands, and then that's it. And then that's how it should end. I don't think he should win. I would have rather had Wesley beat him than Tony. I like Tony; he's a good wrestler, but he just not right now. Oba shouldn't lose to anybody. There's nobody believable on the roster that could really beat him, unless Piccolo or Wardlow or someone like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Wardlow, definitely, yeah. Definitely, I forgot about Wardlow. Yeah, but definitely him, or like I said, Hileku, like a guy that can meet his body size, and it looks like, okay, this dude got a shot at overpowering him, right? Because even though Tony D'Angelo's a stocky guy, he still ain't big enough to fit me. He still ain't big enough to fit me, so. I saw everybody's going crazy over this 5-match Bad Blood card. I like we talked on Twitter. I definitely think it should be at least 7. I thought the way they did SummerSlam was perfect. 7 matches, right?
Yeah.
But I was saying, like, it's still a possibility since Jade and Bianca is hosting that Damage Control may show up and challenge them, But and then it's coming on a little earlier in the day too, right? So I think Triple H is trying to, because he knows he's competing against college football on Saturday too. So
yeah,
probably a lot of.
I think they should at least utilize the pre-show. They got like a 2-hour pre-show. I mean, they could do. They could do. It's not a big like pre-show. Doesn't have to have big matches. It can if you want it to, but I mean, they could do Giovanni and Apollo Crews again, and Giovanni wins, or I don't know, just do something like that to give because fans pay a lot of money for those tickets,
They
especially
do.
especially if you're sitting anywhere on the floor, you're paying over. Golly,
Yeah.
a family of four is over $1,000.
Easy.
So you gotta give the crowd something.
Easy, Connor. Easy. Like that's yeah.
That's WrestleMania. It's like $75,000 for both nights front row. That's 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 crazy.
Connor, I got blessed, man. I waited. I risked it all, man. I did all of the travel. I booked it up front, but then I waited till like the day before. I kept scouring StubHub for WrestleMania, and
Yeah.
I ended up getting the floor seats for night one. I think it was like right at $800.
For
But that
which
was off
WrestleMania was
that was
this?
off of a resale though. You know, somebody
Which,
trying to sell tickets last minute.
which WrestleMania was it?
It was the one this year.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can only afford night one though. I wanted to go to night two, but I was like, I'm more invested in seeing The Rock, you know, because I never seen him wrestle. So I was like, I'll take
Yeah.
night one over night two.
That's the way it's going to be this next year. Like, whatever night The Rock's going to be on, that's going to be the most expensive night, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you going to Vegas next year?
Yeah, I plan on going, yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, I plan on going. I've
Mm-hmm.
pretty much got the our SmackDown and Hall of Fame tickets, basically.
Nice. So I probably should be talking about this match, but did you do the backstage pass for Bad Blood so you can see meet the wrestlers and all that?
So I was going to do that. I did that for SummerSlam. I did the priority pass and get to meet the wrestlers, but for SummerSlam it was cheaper than Bad Blood was more expensive than SummerSlam. I don't get how that's possible. But the only way I can think is SummerSlam is a bigger event, so you can have it's a stadium, so you can have more people. Where Bad Blood, it's in an arena, so you can't have as many people as you would for a stadium event.
Oh.
And they're going to charge more people because they can't have as many people as they did at at SummerSlam. But
Mm-hmm.
it was like $1,000 a piece or something.
Whoa. Yeah.
I was gonna do it, but seeing those prices, I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try to do the priority pass for WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. Connor, when you go to WrestleMania, we're gonna speak this into existence, right? It's important that you get there. I would get there because it's like a whole event, right? They have WWE World where you can walk around, see wrestlers interviewing. You can shake hands, meet and greet. Then they have like a really cool. They take you through eras, right? Like they take you through like the Hogan, Flair era. They take you through like the Attitude era. Like they have like the little they kind of replicate it. And they had like the actual like Undertaker ring gear, Stone Cold's ring gear. Like it was pretty cool, man.
I went to before the pandemic, the WrestleMania Access. They used to have it. It's basically what World is, but they just rebranded it into World. But they had I used to do all the meet and greet stuff. They used to have like live wrestling there. They had NXT do live wrestling there. I think they did that this last time for World too.
They did. I think I missed it because I was trying to meet Oscar and Kyrie that Monday. I think they did it that Friday, but I ended up going to the Monday event.
Yeah, I used to always like go on the Access. I'm gonna do World as much as I can. I like going to World or Access a lot because you can do a lot of things there.
Mm-hmm. I spent like 6 hours in there, man. Like you can sit there, you can eat, you can go to the store, you can wait in line to meet wrestlers, you can listen. Like I saw Cody Rhodes right after he won the title. Pat McAfee did an interview with him on ESPN. So it was like everybody was crowding around that little area, listening to Cody Rhodes speak. But yeah, it's definitely worth it, like you said. Okay, I need to be talking about this match, Con. I'm sorry. I do like West. I'm just not as invested in these. I know they're great wrestlers, but I'm just not invested in this particular feud, even though it's a good feud. I just, for whatever reason, I'm not invested in it.
Yeah, I've liked Wesley's heel work he's done,
Yeah.
promos and stuff.
Yeah, he's doing some really good heel work. I like how, so Conor, when we were younger, you really couldn't tell what was going on, but as you get older and can see stuff, I like how, like right there, he was checking on him to make sure he was all right at the
Yeah.
Oh man, that's cool. But I'm happy they made wrestling, like over the years more realism, right? Because the kayfabe stuff, man. I mean, it's hard to. It was hard to keep that when technology with social media, smartphones. It's kind of hard to stay in character the entire time. So
Yeah.
But it was cool when we was kids, right? Because I mean, only time we got to see it was on TV.
Yeah, like as a kid, I used to think everything was real.
Mm-hmm.
I hated CM Punk. It's weird. It's weird. I hated him because he beat Jeff Hardy and he had to leave. I hated him. Like I wanted to stop watching SmackDown, but because during that time our cable like the only wrestling I could watch was SmackDown. I couldn't watch Raw or TNA or anything else because that's all we got.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was really, but two years later, he went to TNA and I was fine. He was back in wrestling. But after that day, I hated CM Punk. And it's weird. It's weird because I got out of wrestling when he was at his peak in 2011.
Mm-hmm. Was that 2011? That was the year. Wasn't that the year he held the belt for like over 400 days, and The Rock came back? Or was that a little later?
I know he won it in 2011, but I think he lost it. And I think he won it back in 2012 and lost it in 2014, 2013. He held it for 434 days.
Okay.
I think it was the Royal Rumble 20. I know he lost it at the Royal Rumble to The Rock.
Yeah, because the Shield came. I remember the Shield coming out there, powerbombing The Rock through the table, and then Vince came out like, "You can't do that." And then they restarted the match. I remember that. See, back then, Connor, I wasn't watching wrestling consistently like I do now. I was like keeping up with the headlines. I wasn't.
Yeah.
Connor, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I probably went 15 years without watching wrestling like consistently.
Hey, that was me once. It was the very episode that Brock Lesnar returned. I stopped watching.
Mm-hmm.
I got into basketball. And I got into a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
And I got back into wrestling when it was Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins.
Yep.
I stopped watching wrestling for 4 years, maybe.
About 4 years. Okay. Yeah, I know for me it was well over a decade, and then I didn't start back watching it religiously like every single week until like 2022, like coming out of 2021 into 2022.
Yeah.
And then I started watching WWE first because I was liking the Bloodline stuff. I was like, the Bloodline story pulled me in, especially when Sami Zayn joined. And then I started watching AEW maybe like around the summer of 22 because I was intrigued by Jade Cargill at first. And then I was like, okay, well, they got Bryan Danielson over there. They got Edge. Let me see what this promotion is about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going to AEW. I went to their third show ever, Fight for the Fallen in 2019.
Wow.
It was something to see there. And I've been I've been to over 16, 17 AEW shows.
Nice.
But this year I attended more WWE than AEW
Mm-hmm.
for a number of reasons.
Yeah, you got a good point. Like I was thinking too, Con. I was like, I only went to I went to the summer series out here in Texas, and I went to Double or Nothing. But I wanted to go to one more AEW pay-per-view. I should have went to All Out, but it was just so close to.
I've been to. I've been in the 3 AEW periods. I went to All Out 2022, which is the best pay-per-view I've ever been. I've only been. I've never been to a WWE pay-per-view until Saturday. I haven't been to a WWE pay-per-view. Well, let me take that back. I went to SummerSlam.
I'm about to say you went to SummerSlam, Connor.
I don't know how I'm forgetting that. I went to SummerSlam. But I've been in 3 AEW pay-per-views. All Out 22, Full Gear 22, and I went to Revolution this year. Sting's last match. And I went to Dynamite's, Rampage, Collision.
Okay, yep.
All that stuff. Oh, damn.
Ooh, wee. Ooh, is it? Okay, that looked real. Con, you know what I told myself? I went all out this year for WrestleMania because I was mad I didn't pony up and go when it was in Dallas. When Roman beat Brock Lesnar for the kind of undisputed champion. It's like it was right here and I didn't even go. I was mad at myself. So I was like, I didn't want to go out to the one in California because it was too expensive. So I was like, I'll make sure I try to go to the one in Philly.
Oh,
ooh,
yes. Damn, that's gonna hurt.
These guys are taking some crazy bumps tonight, man.
He dented the table, but a little bit. He dented a little bit.
A little bit.
That's gonna hurt. He got all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see one little tiny piece of the table bent.
Man. So Connor, you went to some historic, man. You can say you went to the last SummerSlam for one night.
Yeah. I've been able to do. I went to Sting's last match, which I hated that arena. I know they did it because of Sting's history there, but that building was too small for that. They fitted. I mean, the place is big, but there was not enough room for everybody in that place.
Yeah.
Like the merchandise stands was crazy.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous how they had that set up.
Connor, I criticize every chance I get. I criticize AEW's live merchandise. Number one, they never have enough of popular size shirts there.
They only have they'll have logo shirts, and they'll have maybe MJF, Moxley, and Swerve, and that's it.
That's it. It's like,
and they'll have some figures, and they'll have maybe if you're lucky, they'll have some DVDs. Maybe that's a big maybe.
Mm-hmm. But then, Connor, even with the live event merch, right? Like the event merchandise, they don't have enough larges and medium sized shirts. It was only kind of, I had to estimate, it was only 20, maybe 30 people ahead of me. And by the time I got up there, they was out of large t-shirts that I wanted. It's like, how?
Yeah. I feel like what they do is they take a bunch of merchandise and they make it last for a whole month.
Mm-hmm.
So the next city they go to, they might have less than the other city. I don't know. Yeah. All right, Wesley gets the win back.
Yeah, I figured he was gonna get the win tonight because he Zach won the first match, right? So
yeah, that was a pretty good match.
Mm-hmm. It was some crazy spots in this match. So
I didn't see that. He crushed that entire chair.
Oh,
I ain't never seen a chair break like that.
Me either, man. Is that you think that's like a gimmicky chair?
I don't know. I never seen a chair he did that move. The whole thing just tore apart. All right, the Miz TV next.
Mm-hmm. Him open. I'll be so mad that Shawn Michaels booked Tony to beat. He better not do it.
Yeah.
That was a nasty spot. I'm watching the replay. Good grief, man. Is Zach still the TNA champion? Isn't he like a TNA champion?
I think he's still the X Division champion. I think he is. Let's
Okay.
see. I don't think he's lost it. Oh no, he did lose it.
Okay, that makes sense why he lost this match too. Because I'm thinking like they don't want him as their champion to lose. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because the last time he beat Wes Lee, he was the X Division champion.
yes.
I don't know when he lost it. Mike Bailey's the X Division champion now. He must have lost it at I don't know. He must have lost it at their last pay per view or whatever.
Dang, he didn't have it very long, right? Maybe a month.
Yeah, he didn't have it because No Mercy was,
That was the 1st of September.
and then we're in. Yeah, he didn't have it long at all. He had a few weeks maybe.
Mm-hmm. I remember because it was Labor Day weekend. It was the Sunday before Labor Day. So far, so good debut. I think. I hate to say it, kind of. I mean, unless somebody come out there and screw up a trick, maybe Drew McIntyre may come out there and distract him and Ethan retains. I don't know, but it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good.
Yeah, Julia needed. I needed Julia to win tonight, just
Yeah.
so. I mean, they could have both champions retained. I mean,
They could. I don't see an issue with that, honestly.
but something's got to happen. Like they can't just have Drew attack Punk and that's it. They got to have something. I mean, something tells me what they're going to do is, well, I thought there's got to be some type of person debut or something in that match. But I think the ending of the match itself, they could have Drew McIntyre attack Punk. Then Ethan Page does something to Trick. Or no, Trick almost has to win. There's no referee, so a new referee comes out. He counts to 2, and Ethan Page cheats somehow and wins.
Mm-hmm.
But they need someone. I don't know. I've seen reports saying that something's going to happen tonight. They got to have someone debut tonight. I don't know who. If Daniel Garcia's contract's out, I mean maybe it's Daniel Garcia.
I'm with you. I'm thinking of AEW, ex AEW debut tonight. That's gonna help Ethan retain, right? And they could have like a whole little Outsiders United type.
And they could have Josh Alexander helping. He's with TNA.
Yeah. Yep.
They were a tag team.
I'm trying to catch up on these comments. People are going crazy over Julia, man. Guys, it would be okay. Julia got 10 to 15 year career here, man. She's gonna be all right.
How old is Julia? She's got to be still young.
You know what's funny? You think that, but well, she's not old, but I think she's like 31, 30 or 31.
So she's got at least 10, 15 years left.
Mm-hmm. She's going to at least wrestle in her early 40s, right? At least early 40s, like maybe 43, 44, maybe even 45, you know?
Oh, you guys are here. USA Network. I mean, CW Network. I don't like them because they canceled all my favorite shows on the CW.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they canceled everything.
They did, man. Literally, this is the first time I watched CW in decades.
The last time I watched CW, well, I used to watch The Flash on here.
Yes.
That's show, season 6, 7. It started getting pretty bad, so I just stopped watching. And then I liked Superman and Lois. I started watching it. Now they're canceling it. I mean, they canceled everything I like watching.
Mm-hmm.
NXT is the only thing they got. Well, they did have the NWA. I don't even know if it was on TV. I know it was on the CW app.
It was on the app. I don't even think it was on TV.
It was supposed to, I think, but James Mitchell, if anyone knows what he did, he
Yeah,
cost them their whole TV deal.
yeah,
And now they're fixing to be off of there, I think.
man. Okay.
Over and Tony's gonna have a really good match next week. I feel like they're gonna have a match of the night probably,
Oh yeah, I agree.
but it cannot end with Oba losing.
Nope, it cannot end with him losing it. Wasn't Tony already a North American champion before?
Tony Dean. I don't think he's won it.
Okay.
I could be wrong though. I was watching Peacock I've been watching like the main event like on Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching it from the time CM Punk debuted when I got back into WWE, and I've been watching it all the way to the current. One of the episodes I was watching, Oba Femi was on the main event. He like they filmed the main event before Raw, so he was on one of them. He got a really good crowd reaction when he was on the main event.
Okay.
So a lot of the main roster audience already knows who he is.
Nice. That's good. I'm with you though, Connor. I think they should definitely have main event throughout the year. I was thinking like at first because now that it looks like Royal Rumble's gonna be like a February PLE now, you don't want to go from Survivor Series to Royal Rumble without a PLE, right? Because you have that's almost November, that's December, almost 2 months. Well, I guess you got Raw day one.
Yeah,
kind of like a PLE, kind of. But
I know that the Netflix debut is probably going to be a big deal.
Yeah,
they're probably going to make that out to be kind of like a pay per view.
Right.
They got the it's kind of a pay per view. They got Saturday Night Main Events returning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's kind of done because SmackDown do like a New Year's Eve type of deal event, right? And then the Raw does the day one of the year. Yeah,
I know last year they did Raw did day one, and then SmackDown did New Year's Revolution, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they bring back that pay per view though, New Year's Resolution.
Oh yeah.
I think they only did it one time. I know they did it in 2006. It was when Edge cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Connor, did The Rock gift Oba Femi a Versace shirt, man? He got one of them Rock. We got one of them Attitude Era Rock Versace shirts. Huh?
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, I just not noticed that. Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if he's already met a lot of the top people in WWE. I wouldn't be surprised to be honest.
Yeah.
Mean, yes, hello, welcome to the next W. Thank you for watching.
Yes, sir. Thank you for watching.
But I appreciate it. Be something the Pope debuted here.
Mm-hmm.
He was just on AEW.
Con, I know I said this 1,000 times, man, but nothing beats WWE when it comes. I just always get amazed by like the stage and the entrance presence, man. How they bring their wrestlers out, man. It's just this is how you get invested in these characters, man. Like something as simple as that, right? Like it just sucks you in.
I saw the attitude there was Stone Cold had the Shatter Glass, the Undertaker.
Yeah,
he's the Undertaker. Kane,
mm-hmm.
The Rock.
Yep.
Everyone had a different entrance. It felt like the entrance kind of made the wrestlers in a sense, kind of, but besides their already established character.
Yep.
Like the Undertaker's entrance, that pretty much, I wouldn't say it made the Undertaker, but it's a big part of people getting behind him.
Yeah. And I'll never forget Kane's debut, man. When he debuted and then he came to that ring, man, and all that fire popped out of the corner, man. That was.
I think that was one where he ripped off the cage door, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish we would get past these what chants though, man. We gotta retire what in 2024.
They don't want to be used when Stone Cold's there. He ain't there, so.
I know, right? It's like Stone Cold ain't been there in 20 years. Well, he was there for the feud with Kevin Owens, but I'm talking about like actively been there for 20 years.
Sit there and you talk about me like you know. You sit there and you talk about where I'm from.
This is a good opportunity for these two guys to get seen in a bigger audience.
Mm-hmm.
New network.
Yep. Oba sitting up there with that belt just shining on his shoulder, man.
He's got a lot of fans there.
He does, man. I mean, he had a loud pop when he walked out.
I didn't think Tony D'Angelo would get a big pop like this.
Well, it is Chicago, and a lot of Italians up there in Chicago.
Yeah. I think they're more behind him than Ola. Tonight, at least.
Tonight, yeah.
I'm going to go back to Orlando. It'll be a different story.
Mm-hmm. You could tell Miz really like Obafemi, man. Like, it's just how he like marveling at his presence.
Remember what happened the last time we were put in the ring together. I broke you. I beat you. I planted doubt in your mind. And now I know you're questioning yourself, and I know.
Oh, he's from Chicago, Carter. That's why.
No, I didn't know he was from Chicago.
He said he grew up 20 minutes from this building.
I didn't know he was from Chicago. I thought he was from another, I don't know.
Oba don't know how to react, man. None of the crowd behind him. Connor, what's your take? I don't understand why they didn't have a match tonight.
I don't know. I feel like part of those two world title matches is going to take out the entire.
Yeah.
I know we got the women's tag match.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know. Normally on NXT, they have at least 6 or 7 matches on like a normal NXT. Next Tuesday.
Kind of the way they building this though, it's like I wouldn't be surprised. I don't want Oba to lose, but the way they building this match, I mean, shoot. What I like about it is putting a little doubt in my mind, right? Like I'm so sure Obi's gonna win, but now it's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
possibility he'll win. Tony will win.
We're gonna get something from Roxanne or someone right now, I think.
Yeah.
Who's showing it?
NXT, and you can just see the look on the face of a former friend, so to speak, in Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne's probably finna brag, and this is the biggest win of her career.
She made a shocking return tonight. Yeah, I know. The whole world is so hypnotized by the debut of Julia and the hyper on Stephanie that they forgot about the savior of the women's division, Cora Jade. And I know everybody thought that Julia was, what the hell is that? Look, I know we have history and everything, but I kind of like the woman you become. And you're still NXT Women's Champion. You're welcome. Who knows? Maybe a common enemy will bring us back together.
Interesting.
Maybe though, I don't know what it's going to lead to. I think we might get on NXT a Stephanie and Julia versus Roxanne and Cora Jade match. It's a tag team match. But I think I don't think Julia's done with the title, and I think at Halloween Havoc we might get a triple threat: Roxanne versus Julia versus Stephanie.
Man, I will be in wrestling heaven if that happens.
And at that point, I mean, they could have Cora Jade interfered or something, but I feel like at Halloween Havoc, if they did a triple threat, she'd probably lose the title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that can happen too. You're right.
But I think that I don't think she's in. I said it before, but she's not. I don't think Roxanne's going to end the year as champion.
No, she's gonna drop it to Julia or Stephanie for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be one of them two. She's going to lose it too. It'd be funny if at Halloween Havoc we get the women's match of the year at Halloween Havoc. But what if Julia would have won tonight and we didn't get that match at Halloween Havoc?
And see, kind of that's what I was thinking about too, right? I was like, why would Julia win tonight? And then she retains at Halloween Havoc. I think that takes I don't think the moment, even though this is CW debut, I don't think the moment is big enough right now for her to win, like right now, right? Because then you take all of the steam out of Halloween Havoc unless Stephanie Valcour can get through her visa in time to wrestle, which I don't think she can, but she may be able to. I don't know how far along they are with that. So
for her debut on NXT, she kind of debuted last week. She must be pretty close.
She must be pretty close. Yeah, you're right.
Them already, but I mean, she could have won tonight, but I feel like it wouldn't have had that same emotional feeling as a victory. She's only had one match in NXT, and there isn't much depth in her run in NXT so far.
Thank you, Connor. That's what I've been trying to say since she arrived. It's like, let her continue, because she still haven't quite, people are just cheering for her because she's new, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like a lot of people when someone debuts, they'll cheer for them once they debut. Then a few weeks later, they're already done with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do.
Like, let her to continue to build up with the fan base. Let them figure out chants. Let's get some merch in there. Like, let's do some things for her before she wins the belt, right? Because if she would have won it tonight, it would have been like, oh, okay, Julia's the champion, right? It's like she needs to go through a little bit of a struggle.
Like that's what made Cody Rhodes really.
Yes,
the struggle made him I don't think she's gonna have that type of. I don't think she's gonna wait 2 years for the title, but
right.
But it's I think her losing and having another match to get it back it'll give more depth to her because I mean this isn't going to be the same Julia from Japan everyone's thinking it's going to be.
Right. And then kind of everybody's like, oh, they're going to give her a run like Asuka. Like, Connor, me and you both have watched wrestling long enough. Those type of runs come once every 10 to 15 years, man. Like it has to be the right moment too, right? Like at the time, Asuka could do it because even though the roster was good during her era, I mean, it's not like this roster where I don't think you can afford anybody to go undefeated like right now, unless you Obafemi in his situation.
Yeah, they don't have anybody from the go against really now.
Yeah. But guess what? More people gonna get behind Julia because she lost. Roxanne's a heel. People can't stand Roxanne, so even more people about to get behind Julia for her to win.
It's hard to give this. Like this is common sense, really, and some people. I don't know. It's just like rocket science to them why she lost. It's not that. Like a lot of people are probably on there saying that Shawn Michaels is the worst booker ever.
Oh my gosh! Are you serious, Connor?
Well, I don't know if there was not, but I'm pretty sure there's people saying that. Like,
oh yeah,
like they do that to Triple H. Like he should step down. He's the worst. Like after one little move, he's the worst booker ever. He should step down. No,
Carter, you know me well enough, man. My only gripe with Triple H is how he books the women's roster. Like, it's not as consistent as I would like, but everywhere else, he's been spot on. Like with the men's title runs, with like him building up guys.
like that's just. I feel like the wrestling, like they want who they want to win all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like if their favorites don't win, it's the end of the world. I mean, golly, it's the most dangerous thing you can do in wrestling if their favorites lose. But I miss when there was no like to a degree, internet ruined wrestling. To a degree, it did.
It did.
Because I don't. I mean, even though this is what I talked about with CM Punk, I don't remember me, or I don't remember anyone having a meltdown back then when someone lost on today's world.
Nope.
There is good times to make a case when someone loses and they shouldn't have lost, but not every match your favorite needs to win.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point, it's so predictable. Why even watch?
It is, Connor. And Connor, I
watch.
totally agree when you say internet ruined wrestling, because I don't know if you had a chance to watch the Vince McMahon doc yet, but it's not really a spoiler. But he was explaining how he was able to sell everybody on the fact that this is the first time that Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant, and they've been running those matches at house shows, but Vince can get away with selling it because there was no internet, it wasn't filmed, you didn't have nobody there with a camera phone to record it.
Yeah.
So, like you say, man, internet has just destroyed wrestling, man. Like from what we've known.
I mean, there's perks to internet because I wouldn't have met you or a lot of people I wouldn't have met.
Right.
It's ruined wrestling to a degree, especially like when someone debuts, like they're already reporting it before it's even happened.
Yeah, it's like, dang.
Like, could you imagine, like when CM Punk debuted in AEW? Could you imagine if no one reported it at all?
Oh, my goodness!
Nobody did anything.
Yeah, that would have been insane.
Like, there's very few times where you don't know who's going to debut.
Or Connor, what about you, Connor? When you went to SummerSlam, like, just imagine if it wasn't everybody saying the Roman's coming back. Like, could you imagine if Roman just showed up while you were there and you had like no idea?
Yeah, that'd have been perfect. Yeah, but it was already. I mean, in the story, they kind of like when Solo cut that promo before SummerSlam.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and if Roman has a problem with it, they kind of already sold it there, but there's a lot of returns that could have been even bigger if there was no internet.
Yep. Connor, man, I'm trying to focus, but I got Lola Vice and Jada Parker on my screen.
Yeah, I was fixing that. I think Lola Vice is going to go really far on the main roster. I think.
Yeah.
If they have women's mid-card titles, I could see her with the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Lola Vice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just unfortunate for her now. With these new arrivals, man, it kind of pushed her down on the NXT card. But to your point, though, she gets to the main roster. Yeah, she's definitely gonna shine. Well, she's probably gonna shine at NXT, but she's gonna probably have to wait until maybe Julia and Stephanie McCurry have like a title run, and then she can get in the mix that way. But
when did she go against Roxanne? What was it? Battleground or?
It was it wasn't Battleground. It was yeah. No, wait. No, Battleground, she wrestled Jordan Grace. It was
That's right.
It was the pay-per-view at the Great American Bash, man. What was it? What was that? Oh, Heat Wave.
That was it. Like they had a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the promo leading up to it was.
Yeah, it was yeah.
I mean, she's very, very good. I think she, even at Battleground, I think she was in the ladder match. She's really good in that.
Yep.
Lola Vice has a lot of potential long term.
Long term for sure. I mean, it stalled a little bit because Julia and Stephanie Valkyrie showed up, but yeah, long term, if she just stays the course, get through this, she's gonna be fine. That was my biggest worry about Lola Vice too. I think I had tweeted this when Stephanie Valkyrie signed. I was like, man, this is gonna set Lola Vice, because she gained all that steam and challenged Roxanne, right? I said this is gonna set her back. This is gonna push her down the card a little. Because they gotta, they obviously gotta push Stephanie and Julia. So I think when Roxanne gets called up, they should definitely move up Lola Vice. They should be building Lola Vice up more to the top card. I mean, she was on her way there. I mean, Shayna put her over. Natalie put her over.
Yeah.
I would like to see Fallon Henley too, man. I really like her too. I would like to see her. Well, she's, I kind of like this little group they got now, but I would like to see her continue to build so she can get on the main roster someday too. Because I like her as a wrestler too. I think she has a really good presentation, good move set. She can cut promos. She's really good on the mic too. Are they about to feud? Oh, goodness. I'm a little behind you. I just saw when they was arguing and Jada got hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for NXT, man. They kind of, I think, man, they got to get the men division is starting to pick up. Because I was like, man, the women are gonna run away with the show, but I think the men are gaining steam now.
Yeah, they gained steam slowly. When they got Ethan Page, Obafemi's he's really taken off.
Mm-hmm.
Tony D'Angelo is getting more established.
Yep.
Sometimes it's hard.
And they got Sean Spears. He's doing a little bit with what's his name?
Brooks Jensen.
Yeah, they're doing a little bit with that.
Yeah.
I feel like Hikuleo is coming in pretty soon.
Yep.
I feel like they're slowly trying to build the NXT roster up to the way it was in the Black and Gold era, where they had all kinds of. I mean, they had everybody. They had Andrade, Malachi Black, DIY, FTR, Adam Cole. Like they had every big free agent signing on NXT. I feel like they're going to get back to that to a certain degree. I don't think it's going to be just like Black and Gold era, but it's going to be. I feel like they're going to build NXT up to that a little bit, to where it's still a developmental show, but it doesn't feel like developmental.
Exactly.
Because NXT doesn't really feel developmental right now, even though it still is. Because a lot of these people are still learning in the ring.
Yeah.
But you never know it.
Mm-hmm. No, you're exactly right. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I think, like you said, I would say.
Do you know who Blake Christian is?
Who's that?
He's been on Ring of Honor a little bit. Blake Christian.
Yeah.
I refereed one of his matches before he got known. He was nobody, but he was really, really good. And he thought that he had a sucky match, but I refereed his match. In reality, he had a really good match. But to him, he acted like he needed work on all this and that.
Right. No, it's So I forgot. How many years did you wrestling?
I started refereeing and when did I start? I think 2017. I started.
Okay.
And I was forced to stop in 2020 when the pandemic happened. Yeah. I could technically referee right now if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Connor, we missed the question, man. He said, "Did we catch Wayne Johnson, who won the first match?"
Oh no, I didn't see that. Roxanne Perez won the first match. She retained her title. Cora Jade actually attacked Julia, and that's how Roxanne won the match. But Cora Jade made a return, and Roxanne did win the first match.
I bet Roxanne fans was so relieved tonight.
Yeah, everyone's got their own fan base these days. They got their own.
God, I think something weird gonna happen with Jada and Lola. They just seem to be a little off, man. They probably gonna end up getting in the feud or something here.
In their promos leading up to this match, they didn't want to team together.
Yeah.
Lola Vice was like, it showed like she got attacked one weekend. She said like it showed looked like you needed some help. Then Jada was like, I don't need help. So they didn't want to team together to begin with.
Yeah.
So it's kind of showing in this match.
Yep.
Like a match like this, like it feels like NXT is gaining a lot of women tag teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'd be perfect to bring back the NXT women's tag titles.
Yeah. I think the last team to hold it was Unholy Union when they had to merge the belt with Shayna and Ronda Rousey last year. They had a match to unify the belts, and then Shayna turned on Ronda, and then they lost Liv and Raquel.
Damn, Jada Parker's leaving. Damn, it's handicap match now.
Oh man,
I
Connor,
knew
we called it, Connor. We called it. We was like, they was just at odds with each other too much, man.
I knew something was gonna happen. Golly, the device is actually doing pretty good on her own.
Yeah, it's a chance to make her look strong.
She's got some really good kicks. We're probably stealing just.
Connor, can I be honest about Kalani Jordan, man?
Yeah.
I really like her as a wrestler. I wasn't overly upset with her. I preferred Sol Ruka, but I wasn't mad that she won. But to me, she's just a boring babyface champion with no gimmick, man. Like she has no gimmick, no character. Like
I've said it before, like she's too. I don't know. She just doesn't make you think of a champion. Sol Ruka really should have won that ladder match.
Yeah.
She actually has a character. She's good in the ring. All right, they're going for the. Who's going for the title? Not all three of you can go for it.
See, Connor. I think one of the ladies from this faction should actually be North American champion because you got so many good baby faces that you can transition the belt to. Like Lola Vice has character, man. Like she could be a champion. Jada Parker has Jada probably a heel now, but at least Lola has character. She has a gimmick, you know.
I got Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. They did say that they were going to be here tonight. I totally forgot about that too.
I did too. So that's a good little reminder because I totally forgot.
I completely forgot they were going to be here.
Man, that knee strike looked like it actually landed on Lola's face, though. Oof. I hope she didn't get hit for real, man. That looked kind of real. I went back to watch the replay.
Hey, it's pretty good 6-woman tag.
Mm-hmm. With Lola and the tag, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Lonnie need to do some of the character, man. They need to get this belt off her. She done had it, 3-4 months now? Like, where's Sol Ruka at, man?
I would like to see Tatum Paxley be here for it.
Oh, that would be great too, man. Tatum needs some love, man. Tatum has done such great work. Like, at some point, she definitely be a champion. Man, they get a loud pop, though. What you say, Colin?
I was going to say Javon Evans is next. He's going to be talking or doing something.
Thank you, perfect for repairing all the fun I have this summer. Oh, it's perfect for strengthening roots to help protect it all winter. More like perfect for giving the grass a deeper green. Come spring. Sounds like a
Booker T is so funny, man.
Thanks, guys. You're welcome. I'm going back in this shit. Downloaded my one app today. Want your tips?
Oh, Johnson Wayne, how's the show been? It's been pretty good. The first match was really good. Roxanne retained. Wesley and Zachary Woods had a street fight. Their match was pretty good. I thought their match tonight was better than their match at No Mercy, actually. The women's tag match was okay. It's been pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I did expect a little bit more out of their debut episode on CW. I feel like they're missing something. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I feel like that they're missing something tonight. This is a big debut. I mean, the show hasn't been bad, but I feel like debut on the CW, they're missing something extra.
And kind of, I agree, man. And what I think is missing is what you kind of alluded to earlier. I hope that there's some kind of big debut during this. There needs to be a big debut during this Ethan Page Trick Williams, and I think that'll set the show off, right? I think it needs to be like a big surprise. Like Cora Jade was cool, but it needs to be like a new arriving star, right? So,
yeah, because Cora Jade was out. She's just returned from injury. She's not new.
Yeah.
I mean, Jada Bianca's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't forgot they was going to be on here.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do Drew coming out, and that'd be a surprise, but that's not really anything that's going to impact NXT over the next few weeks.
Exactly.
That's just to build a feud on the main roster. That's not to really do anything. Like, this is for NXT. This isn't for the main roster. I mean, it's okay to have some of the main roster people cross over, like CM Punk or some others. But for the main event, they got to do something that's going to help NXT in the long run. Because Drew McIntyre coming out and attacking Punk isn't really. It's just a one-night shock value for NXT. It's not anything that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that's long-term going to mean something to NXT. They need someone big to debut tonight.
Yep.
I really hope it's Daniel Garcia. I don't know when his contract expires, but if it's already expired. I would be a pretty big shock if it was him.
Yeah.
Because everyone's thinking he's resigning with AEW, and I'm surprised he didn't resign at All Out. I'm surprised he didn't resign then.
Yeah, because it kind of told the story when he lost MJF, right? Because he probably was booked to win it if he would have resigned.
Yeah, he didn't resign it All In. He didn't resign it All Out. So it makes you wonder, like, is he really going to leave? I mean, why are they showing WrestleMania 34? They're showing the SummerSlam promotional thing for 2025, but if you look inside the arena, it's the logos for WrestleMania 33. They're showing. Now this is going to be a really, really good match next week. Javon Owens and Randy Orton.
It really is. I'm just laughing at the fact that Randy has got like 200 pounds on this guy. Javon.
It's gonna be something to see the size difference. I actually think next week's show will be better than this week's show. Because next week they got Faxion versus A-Town Down Under. And that's when Motor City Machine Guns will probably debut. You got this match, you got Tony and Oba, that's gonna be a good match.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, none next week looks a lot better than tonight.
I think so. I agree.
I mean, tonight's show hasn't been bad. It hasn't been bad at all. But I just think for a debut episode, there could have been a little bit more. They need something big to kick it off.
Carter, how do you feel about this? I think I think JD may have said something too. I don't think SmackDown lived up to the USA debut match. And this one, it's kind of like they're not bad, but we coming in here with all these high expectations, right? Like the SmackDown show was good on the first night of USA, but it didn't like blow me away, right? It was like okay,
I think SmackDown being on USA has been a lot better than Fox so far.
oh yeah, definitely.
The show presentation, the graphics, like right now, SmackDown currently is better than the last few weeks on Fox. There is some things that could be better on SmackDown, but for me at least, SmackDown has gotten a lot better since being back on USA. I've enjoyed the show a lot more since they've been back to USA. I'm about to say, is he going to come out now? Like they were showing him, like he's going to address the NXT universe, and he wasn't even in his gear, and I was like, "You're wrestling in that?" But it was actually a pro video package.
Yeah,
that was probably one of the best ways to win the title in NXT history. The way Ethan Page won that.
it really was.
They did that finish in the Attitude Era, I think, with someone.
They did. I just can't remember the match. I can't remember the.
I think Shawn Michaels was involved in it. But yeah, SmackDown's been. I think it's been really good on USA. Their debut episode was good. I mean, really, the big thing on the episode was Roman Reigns returning. Really.
Yeah.
That was really the only shock value, really. Which is the steel cage match was fun. Roman Reigns and Solo and all that.
Yeah, honestly, I enjoyed more. The match was good. I did like that one spot where Cody jumped off the top, but
yeah,
I was more interested in when Roman came out there and was beating up on the bloodline. But to your point, though, Connor, that was the best way to crown a quote unquote outsider as champion. How they did Ethan Page, because it's like it was such a weird way to win. So it wasn't like nobody really got upset. Like it's like okay, that was a great surprise finish,
See, I really like Ethan Page. I don't want him to lose, but he probably is going to lose.
But guess what, Connor? You're not about to go on Twitter and post 20 tweets why Shawn Michaels is an idiot.
No, you ain't got to worry about that. I mean, I like Trick Williams. I like Trick. He's one of my favorites in NXT. But Ethan Page, I've watched him for a while. So to me, it's a little bit more personal. But if he loses, it'll be all right. I won't go cry about it. Because he's been doing great in NXT. Like for someone that just signed and they won a title, like that, he's doing pretty good.
Yes, I agree.
Like that, he's very lucky to get the position that he's in.
So, Con, I'm looking at JD's comments. He said he wasn't thrilled with the Julia Roxanne match.
Yeah, I seen that. But I like JD. He's really funny sometimes.
Yeah.
And his rants and stuff. Sometimes I try to not be like him, but with his rants, because his rant sparks interest. And I've noticed he does it because then he knows people are going to tune into his stuff. But I can't pull it off like him. I can't do it. I don't have the same energy as. I mean, sometimes like we've had some heated moments on here, arguments and stuff on here, but not to the degree JD does it. But.
Right. He knows how to entertain, And Connor, you can get there, man. It's more of just
like there's been times on the All Elite Zone. That's where, like when the CM Punk drama was happening and stuff. That was our best content, really. The CM Punk drama and stuff, like that was some of our best. Even though there was a lot of heated arguments, it was some of our best content. And it got the crowd, the chat invested. And it's pretty brutal, but in the long run, you get a lot more viewers.
But that's what sells, right? That's what gets
Yeah.
people to subscribe and tune in, and so it's an art, man. Because I don't know if you watched JD's show when he blew up with Sap at Frightful, and he got on the show and was kind of explaining it. He's like, guys, I'm really an introvert, and I'm really at a 5. He says I have to get to a 12 because if I talk to y'all at a 5, y'all not gonna be entertained.
He was on Fightful.
Well, he was on this. He was on his own show, but he had got into like a Twitter beef with the guy at Frightful.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and he had a show right after that explaining like I have these rants for entertainment because he's like naturally I'm a laid back guy, but y'all I'm not gonna win viewers over being laid back on my show. And I was like, that's an interesting way of explaining it because if like we're talking, kind of like people, honestly, like if me and you were like going at it right now, the views would be higher, right? But I kind of want to be organic. Like if I and kind of even on Twitter, we've had some big disagreements, right? But it's like, I stay more within myself until like I feel like okay, well, probably to turn it up, but JD knows just how to turn it up all the time.
Yeah, he and all of his opinions are organic opinions. He stands by them.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not one other person like JD. I can't think of his name. Joe. I don't know if you know. I think his name is Joe Crowan.
I think I've seen him. Yeah.
He this was when Vince McMahon was in charge. He went ballistic. Like this is when WWE was really, really, really bad, and he just went off. And it was funny too because it got over 1 million views.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only guy that I can think of that's like JD. But I've always wanted to interview him or something. That'd be very unique.
Oh, I bet.
Like he's created his own character, really.
Because kind of think about this, right? There's got other guys that are successful that has a completely different style, right? Because I think, when he brings in Monster and then that guy from Chicago, they're more like laid back, like me and you, and they're doing good. I mean, it's helping them because they're on JD's show, but like if you go to their own YouTube channels, I mean, they got pretty good numbers too. So
yeah. No, he does TNT with Solo Monster. He does this is the Dynamite reviews with
is it Chi-Town? What's his real name? It's like Chi-Town Smart, but I forgot his real name is Mark or something.
I'm not sure what his real name is.
Yeah.
Is this part of the show or is this a commercial?
Mm-hmm. And then honestly, I like the vibe. You got JD, who's like the big rant guy, right? And then you got the Solo Monster who comes in there and kind of just like evens things out.
Yeah. Who was that? I didn't think that was part of the show. I thought it was a movie trailer or a commercial.
I did too.
Or they got red hair. They're exiting on NXT. I don't know who that is, but they got red hair. Does Delta have red hair now? No, Delta, whoever that is.
Yeah, Delta has like red and gray hair. Last time I seen her.
Whoever that is, they got all red hair. Now they do you think SmackDown is better now? I think SmackDown's a better show. I mean, they had a lot of good episodes on SmackDown. When SmackDown was on Fox, they had a lot of good episodes. But towards the end of the deal, it kind of seemed like it was dragging a little bit. And maybe WWE did that on purpose to build up to their USA return. I don't know. But for me, at least, SmackDown has been a better show since they went back to USA. What do you think, Jamal?
Yes, I think it's a better show now that's on USA. No blackouts. I wish they would get away from like mutant holy shit, like I mean
Yeah,
but outside of that, I really like the graphics that they have now with since they moved. I do agree with Connor. I'm not a fan of Megan Thee Stallion, so I don't like I'm probably not the right person to ask. I don't like anything that she produces, so I was not a fan of her music being used on the show. I wish they would have went a different direction, but overall, I think it's a great show now that's with the USA for sure.
yeah. I think SmackDown's a lot more enjoy. Well, AJ Styles is coming back this Friday.
Mhm.
So that's and Andrade. I think Andrade. I feel like Andrade and Carmelo Hayes has the best feud on SmackDown.
I
And
do.
now,
I agree with that.
and now LA Knight is kind of involved in it now too, a little bit.
Hmm.
Uh, and also remember, NXT cannot go over. They don't get that extra 15 minutes like they did on USA. On the CW, all they have is once it gets 9 o'clock, that's it.
Yeah, the cutoff, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
on USA they got to go the extra 15 minutes, but on the CW they're not going to be able to go over, or maybe at least for tonight they will the debut episode, but like they won't be doing that on a normal basis. Which
Mhm.
is 8:45, so they're gonna have a really short main event,
Yeah, 15 minutes.
or
O'Connor,
or something screwy gonna happen.
right? He asked about So kind of, I just my TV just caught up, so I think that was Delta. That lady
Yeah,
in the red, I think that was Delta. Because it looks like her body type. So he asked, what do we think of JD? It
JD.
was funny. We was just talking about him.
Uh, I like JD. Sometimes he can be pretty strong in his opinions. Uh, for the good or the worse. Sometimes, like I've done it before. Like I'll comment something and he doesn't like it and he goes ballistic over it. Uh, but I mean, overall, I think JD's he's a pretty cool guy. Uh, but when he does have some good rants, they're really funny as heck.
They are.
They're really funny. But I like JD. He does a good reviews and stuff. What about you?
Yeah, I really like his platform, his content. The only thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way, and kind of we talked about this. Even though AEW going through what they going through, I just think he goes a little too hard on AEW. Now some of the stuff he says is warranted. Don't get me wrong, but man, I'm big on delivery and how you criticize something, right?
Yeah,
And maybe he's doing it for content, but I think he just goes over the top a little bit on AEW, which
yeah.
I do agree with about 80% of it because the ratings are dropping. But it's like, man, he just throws flames at him, man.
Like some of his reviews, it was one. Uh, it was the night that they did this. They released the CM Punk footage. Oh my god,
Oh yeah, I think that's what kind of put him on the map, right? Because that's what I figured out. I'm like, who is this guy going
it
crazy?
was funny. Like even though some like even with WWE, sometimes he'll go like he'll go way too far on the criticism, but
Mm-hmm.
some of that stuff's really funny. Like I can't help but laugh at some of that stuff, if I
Like
agree with it or not.
kind of that's the beauty of him, right? Like I vehemently disagree, but I'll be sitting there laughing, right? Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Some of his like I agree with a lot of things. Like 90% of stuff I agree with, uh, but sometimes I couldn't do what he does. I couldn't do that.
mm-mm.
Which I'm kind of just like JD, but uh, I don't have the same type of tone as he does. Like I'll say what I think and I really mean what I say, but I won't go to the links that he'll go. I just don't have that kind of. Uh, I just can't go that deep into it. It just
Mm-hmm. Connor, I actually got a reaction out of Sean Sapp, that guy he went at it with recently
yeah
on I just basically retweeted what JD said. I was like, guys, at the end of the day, it's pro wrestling. And then Sapp got under my tweet and was like, it wasn't about pro wrestling. And I'm like, well, what else it was about,
Yeah. I mean, they're talking about wrestling, so
Yeah, it's like,
what
what else?
else?
What else are y'all beefing about? Like,
Oh, damn. And then they were complaining about like he wanted to meet up for pizza or whatever, and they were gonna fight or whatever. And then he said that he didn't instigate the fight, but he did instigate the fight, but he didn't. I don't know. I'm glad they got that. Apparently they made amends or whatever, and they decided to leave it where it was at. And just
mm-hmm.
let bygones be bygones, I guess.
Because Connor, we'll disagree, man. But at the end of the day, and I mean, I know it's wrestling. I know it's scripted. I know it's most of the stuff is predetermined. So I'm not gonna get. Now I may get. What I get mad at, Connor, is I get mad at the booking and how creative is using a wrestler. I'm not getting mad at the wrestler themselves, because they just going out there doing what the writers and creators say, So
Yeah, like most of the time, wrestlers are just doing what they're told to do.
mm-hmm.
At least in AEW, I mean, at least in WWE, they are.
Yeah.
I know a few incidents where there's a lot of people who shouldn't have done something in AEW, but they weren't told to do, and they did it anyways.
Yeah.
I've been around that refereeing stuff. I've seen someone, two guys actually fist fighting in the ring. It wasn't even a match anymore.
Wow.
It was like a real fight.
Wow.
It's like, how do you referee that?
Mm-hmm.
I just went.
You kind of just gotta let it go.
I mean, the fans think they're still wrestling, so just.
Yeah, but it's like an actual real fight. It's like kind of
Yeah.
like, okay, this wasn't part of the
because
rehearsal.
he had the one guy he accidentally elbowed him. He was on accident, but then the guy turns back and slaps the hell out of him, and then they really start the fight. So, but the fans believe that it was still part of the show. So,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna get in the middle of that.
Yeah. It was crazy, kind of like I do like, I'm not one of these AEW shields that's like thinking AEW is like, because you kind of you see me criticize Tony Khan and some of the creative stuff he does. It's like, I guess I'm so passionate about AEW because I want them to return to the glory that you remember, and then I see so much potential in how great they can be. So it's like, I'm just trying to, I guess I get a little bit sensitive with the over the top criticisms of JD, but even though a lot of it is warranted.
A lot of his criticism is like, I agree with a lot of the stuff that he says.
Yeah.
But the way he says it is pretty. He means what he says. What he says. Yeah.
Because I was thinking about, kind of how me and you were talking, right? Like, I'm watching AEW religiously and I'm trying to hang in there, especially with Collision. And it's like, dude, like, why do you have all of these mid-card people that nobody knows in these matches and they're main eventing, and they're like, you got so many superstars, like, or potential superstars on your roster that you're not giving no TV time to. Like
if you would have heard Tony Khan talk before AEW starts now, they're two different people. Like, before AEW started, Tony Khan was a completely different person. Everything he said he wouldn't do, he's already did now.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you could take the Tony Khan from 2019 and let him talk to the current day Tony Khan and see if anything changes. Because in a lot of his interviews, a lot of things that he said he would not do, he's already done.
Mm.
Hey, get out of there, Sam. All right.
Because kind of you both agree, right? Like, Triple H is booking for the fans. Like, I very rarely see Triple H. I can't think of one booking decision recently and be like, man, Triple H, that's what Triple H wanted to see. I feel like he gets a pulse of the fan base through social media, through whatever avenues he uses it, and then he kind of tailors to it. Where it's clear that Tony Khan is booking for himself and what he's trying to see. He's booking for his friends in the back. He's booking for this sicko fan base that he thinks that's out there that wants to see this weird style of wrestling.
Yeah.
That it's like, dude, that's not the AEW fan base as a whole. That's not the pro wrestling fan base as a whole. Like,
It's just one little small community.
mm-hmm.
But I think some of the, like Jey Uso winning, I think Triple H probably did want to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I think he books for. I don't think he ever books. I mean, maybe I don't know, because some of the stuff that he books, he probably does want, as a fan inside. He probably does want to see, but
Yeah.
I don't think he books for himself on a weekly basis. He books for everybody. He just doesn't book. He doesn't book for one fan base. He books for everybody and gives something. He gives someone. He gives all the fans something that they all can enjoy. So
Yeah.
everyone has something that they can enjoy, rather than just one part of the fan base enjoying it
Yep.
and the other fan base. Like, you don't want to split your audience like that.
Nope. Connor, you went to a pay-per-view where I think that was one of the most recent history, right? I think that was the most perfectly booked event. Oh man.
What did you get into?
But yeah, I think SummerSlam was like perfectly booked, right? Because everybody was kind of on. I think like even though Triple H wanted to see it, I feel like everybody was okay with all of the outcomes in SummerSlam.
Yeah.
With the title changes, with the people that retained, I think, man, he going. When I see Trick Williams, man, I just see so much Booker T in him, man. Like,
Come on, Punk. I like Punk, but you got to be counting the 10. What the hell?
Oh crap!
You should have counted the 10.
Yeah.
Damn. Don't screw him out of this. Oh shoot! Oh, he almost pulled that off again.
Oh my goodness.
You see, like, he almost won the same way he won a heat wave.
He did. Yeah, I just caught up to that part.
He almost. Oh, Sexy Red's back next week. That's great.
Sexy Red.
Yeah. Damn. You better not screw him out of this, Punk. Damn, he's gonna hold them both up and let him fight.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. In a way, I like what Punk's doing, and what I don't. I want Ethan Page to win, but he's making sure the match happens.
Yep.
We got 3 minutes left. Come on. Ooh. Something big has got to happen here. Come on.
Something, man.
Shit. Kick out. Kick out. Kick out.
Ooh.
Come on, Josh Alexander's going to be somewhere. Somebody do something. Come on. Come on. Get up. Get up. Come on. All right. All right, we're still alive a little bit. That's not going to be enough. Damn, I wish CM Punk was heel, so he could just count to 3 real fast.
I know, right?
Heel CM Punk would have done that.
Yep, he'll definitely done that. He'll Punk.
All right, now Ethan Page and Punk is kind of going having words. All right, he's gonna try a GTS.
This is a good match, though. I think both championship matches delivered, man, tonight.
Damn. He kicked out of the GTS.
He did.
I think Ethan Page's mouth busted a little bit. Yeah, he's bleeding a little bit.
Yep, little blood. That should be a finisher, man. That was a.
What are you doing, Trick? Yeah. Damn it, damn it, damn it. No, kick out, kick out, kick out, kick out, kick out. Damn it.
Oh man, Carter.
Damn it. Thanks a lot, Punk.
Oh man.
All right, so you still got a minute. Something's still happening.
Yeah, still 1 minute left, but they gotta start winding this thing down.
I don't know. Maybe we're not going to get any big surprise there. Trick Williams has reclaimed the NXT Championship. He is now a two-time NXT champion. Not many people have been a two-time NXT champion. Punk and Ethan Page. GTS to Ethan Page. That was fun. That was good. That was a good ending.
Yep, that was good.
Like the confetti's coming down, and all you see is Ethan Page getting GTS by CM Punk. I'm surprised they didn't have no big debut tonight.
None, man.
I mean, I know they got Motor City Machine Guns next week. But Julia needed to win. Not that I don't like Roxanne, but for me, for my safety, I needed her to win. But I knew but before the show started, I said that both titles were not going to change hands tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were going to have at least one title change hands, not both of them. And that's what happened. The women's champ Roxanne Perez retained her championship, and Trick Williams became the new NXT champion. This is a sad day because Ethan Page is not the NXT champion anymore, but he had a good run. He had an 86-day run, and he really elevated Trick Williams more because before Ethan Page got there, Trick Williams didn't really have anybody to go against. Like he didn't have any big heels to go against. He went against Noam Dar at one time.
Yeah.
And like Noam Dar is good and all, but he's not really he can't be the heel of the brand.
Mm-hmm.
But Ethan Page, he comes in and he just steals the title, and Trick Williams he lost it, but he didn't get pinned for it. So now Trick Williams has to climb the ladder again to win the title back. So now it kind of elevates Trick Williams more because he's trying to get the title back, and he had to go against Pete Dunne for a while. That was a good feud right there. So Ethan Page winning it really elevated Trick Williams a lot, and it established Ethan Page as a big time heel in NXT, which NXT needed another big heel because they lost a lot of heels to the main roster.
Yeah,
they lost Carmelo Hayes. They lost, even though not heels, they lost Braun Breaker, Baron Corbin. They lost Dragunov. They lost a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So they needed, like Trick Williams can't carry the division by himself. He can't carry the brand. So Ethan Page becoming the champion elevated Trick Williams and the brand entirely. Who knows? Maybe Ethan Page will get it back one day. I could see him winning the NXT North American Championship one day. Maybe Josh Alexander comes to NXT and they win the tag titles. Obviously, Shawn Michaels really likes Ethan Page because he wouldn't have had him win the title that soon if he didn't have confidence in him that he would do good with it. But Ethan Page, very good title run. But Trick Williams is the new NXT champion. He's a two-time NXT champion, which is well-deserved, even though I didn't want him to win. But, yeah, it's a good show tonight. I feel like they were missing something big tonight, though. I mean, the NXT championship changing hands is a pretty big move. But, I mean, we did get the teaser that Delta's coming in. That's pretty big, I guess. But I think for the men, there needed to be someone big pop up or something. and we didn't really get like it felt like tonight was missing that one extra push to make it a big debut on the CW.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about tonight's episode?
Connor, you hit the nail on the head, and you gave a wrestling history lesson, right? So with Ethan Page did elevate Trick Williams because, like you said, there was no major heels. There was really no major contenders because at the time, right, Obafemi was he's the NA champion, and then I think Tony D was in a feud for the Heritage Cup, right? So Ethan Page came in at a perfect time and filled a major vacuum in NXT. And the same thing's gonna happen with Roxanne Perez. So everybody's so upset. I'm sorry, with Julia. Everybody's so upset that Julia lost, but it's only gonna elevate her, right? Because now she's probably gonna take a Trick Williams route where she's gonna have to probably get in like a little intermediate feud, get get back up and work her way back up to wrestling Roxanne, possibly, at Halloween Havoc. She's probably gonna get in the feud, maybe like Cora Jade, since Cora Jade costed a match. And she'll work her way back to Roxanne, and it's only going to build her character arc, and the crowd and the fans will get more invested. But to your point, I think the show was it came off a little predictable, right? Because when I saw that on Twitter like yesterday that Roxanne and Julie was leading off, I'm like, well, the Roxanne's gonna retain. Even though I knew Roxanne was gonna retain, I felt she was gonna retain anyway. But it's like that was kind of like a dead giveaway, right? So it's like, oh well, that means Trick is gonna win in the main event. But I'm with you. It would have been nice if it was a bigger debut of, like you said, like a Rick Starks or a Danny Garcia, or maybe that tag team that's coming over. That would have been cool to kind of solidify the show. Even though I thought all of the matches were really, really good.
Yeah.
So if I had to rate it, Connor, I would say, man, I would give it like a 7.8 out of 10.
That's somewhere. That's what I was going to go with. I'm going to go with a 7.5 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a good show. There was nothing horribly bad about the show. Well, if you're a Julia fan, it probably was.
Yeah.
The whole show sucked. Everything sucked. But just look at Trick. He lost the title, and he had a really good run to climb the ladder to get the title back. So now it's even made him an even bigger star on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really shocked that Drew McIntyre didn't do anything tonight. Like I kind of saw it in the mirror going to happen, but it didn't happen. So some of the things that you thought was going to happen tonight didn't, and some of the things you did not think was going to happen. For me, I wished Julia would have won, but not for the same reason some people wanted her to win.
Right.
I just wanted to use her so Ethan Page could win. But I like Julia, and we got Stephanie Valkyria coming in pretty soon. She could. Who knows? She might be on next week's show. But I said earlier in the show that I think next week's card looks better than tonight's card.
Mm-hmm.
Next week we got 8-Town Down Under versus Fraxium for the NXT Tag Team Championships, and that's probably when Motor City Machine Guns will debut. I think Axiom and Nathan Frazier will probably retain their tag titles, and after the match, Motor City Machine Guns will make their debut most likely. Oba and Tony D'Angelo is going to be a very good match.
Yep.
Randy Orton and Javon Evans, it's going to be an interesting match. I think we already know what the finish is going to be. Javon Evans is going to do some type of high-flying move, and Randy Orton's going to RKO him out of midair.
Yep.
That's going to be the finish. But I'm curious to see how that match is going to turn out. Like I'm really excited. Like I was more excited for next week's show than tonight's show. Even though tonight's show has more title matches, next week's show on paper looks a lot better than tonight's show. But we also saw the teaser of Delta. She's coming in. I'm pretty sure that was her.
Yeah.
She must have went all red with her hair. But yeah, I thought it was a good show. I gave it a 7.5. Jamal gave it a 7.8. That was a very good show. The best match tonight I think every match was pretty good, but I think the main event was probably the best match tonight. But I don't know. The women did pretty good in that opening match. Roxanne and Julie, I think they both had a very good match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think one match was terribly bad.
Nope.
Wesley and Zachary Wetz, I think their match tonight was better than No Mercy, actually. Their No Mercy match was good, but tonight's match felt it had a little bit more to it. And you would think that they would have already had two banger matches. But yeah, it was a very good show tonight. Next week's show should be very good with the debut of. There's a slight chance they don't debut, but I think it's 95% sure that Motor City Machine Guns are debuting next week. That seems to be where they're going to debut because you can't have the NXT tag titles on the line and after the match then not do something. So, yeah, this is we are officially in the black and silver era of NXT. I'm really excited for this new era of NXT and to see the new wrestlers coming in. I think like by next year at this time we'll see a lot of new wrestlers in NXT. I think we'll see maybe Ricky Starks, maybe Daniel Garcia. I'm really curious to see how the roster is going to shape up because Shawn Michaels said today that he has no shortage of new people coming in. So I'm really excited to see what this new era brings. But yeah, that's pretty much it for our NXT live reaction. We'll possibly be back for SmackDown on Friday. I don't know if I'll be able to be on because I'll be heading to Atlanta, Georgia for Bad Blood. But I will be filming a vlog for Bad Blood. I'm actually going to be meeting Jey Uso and Rhea Ripley on my trip to Bad Blood. So I'll be filming all that. And that'll be a vlog on this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our social media links. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. For the Wide World of Wrestling, at least. And also check out Mr. Jacobs' Twitch account, which is also in the link in the description below. We are mostly here for Raw, SmackDown, NXT live reactions. We've been meaning to do Raw, but it seems like every week me or Mr. Jacobs has some type of technical issue or something. But we're going to get back to doing Raws. But yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight's show. Do you got anything to add before we sign off?
Connor, you nailed it, man. I'm excited for this new era. I think it's gonna probably improve the product, like SmackDown improved over from coming from Fox to USA. So I'm excited. And kind of look forward to working with you again, buddy.
All right, man. Well, I'm looking forward to having you on again. I always enjoy having you on. Yeah, we'll see you guys possibly for SmackDown on Friday.